Two Cooks in the Kitchen. So today we're going to make my version of fried rice adopted from, I had a mother-in-law who taught me a lot of good things about cooking. I think I've talked about her before. Her name was Pat. And I'm going to use kind of what she taught me how to do to make this fantastic side dish. So it's nice when you have a good mother-in-law that teaches you good things. So to start, we have already chopped up some celery. I've chopped it up really fine. Onion. One of the things about this recipe is just use your imagination and add whatever you want. This is sort of my trinity of things I like. Some kind of onion. I had one green onion left over. I chopped that up. And I happen to have some red onion, so I think that would be great. Add some color. And this was 4 mushrooms, just your regular, I don't know what you call those mushrooms, but you could use any kind to make it more interesting if you want to. These things come later. So to start this recipe, oh, and I've already cooked some rice that I'm going to be using in a little bit, but I have used chicken broth. So it was 1.5 cups of chicken broth to a cup of rice that I did ahead of time. I like to use chicken broth or stock because it adds a lot more flavor to your rice dish. Okay, so we're going to come over here and get this started. I should have had this going already. I'm going to start with cooking up my trinity: mushrooms, onions, celery. I've made this with other vegetables too, like sometimes I throw in carrot. So you could do like carrot that's already cooked a little bit. I wouldn't want to do it from raw. So anyway, I have some olive oil. I'm just going to start with that. So I have something to, I also think you could use any kind of oil that you prefer. Maybe you prefer sesame oil or avocado oil. I thought of this today that I was like, you could use any oil. I always just use what's on the counter. So we're going to start getting these things. I chopped the celery really fine because we don't really like celery that much, but it definitely adds to the dish. And if it's fine, then you don't get a big old chunk of that. So we can saute all these things at the same time. This was just 4 of your regular mushrooms. I left them a little bit, not too finely chopped, because I like a nice chunk of mushroom in my dish. And I'm just going to throw the onions in there too. And we're just going to saute all this stuff until it's all tender and the onions are, what's the word?
Softened.
So I guess softened, yeah. It's, transparent. That's the word. But yeah. So this is a really good thing for kind of cleaning out the random stuff that you have in your vegetable bin. I have some broccoli, and I thought about the broccoli, but man, I'm really lazy. So I'm just gonna let this saute up for a little bit here, and we'll let you know when it's about what it needs to be for going on to the next step. I just was thinking about my base for this for oils, and I decided to throw a chunk of butter in there. I know it's a lot, but there's a lot of rice. Okay, so I think my vegetables here look pretty good. Even that butter really cooked down in there, so I'll probably be adding more oil as we go here a little bit, but they look pretty good. So I'm going to add this rice now, so you can see that it's kind of yellow because I used the stock. I usually use chicken, but whatever you have. I think it just will add a lot more flavor to the rice.
Beef too.
Beef, pork, whatever you got. Okay. This is going to have leftovers for us. So I'm just going to blend this up and just let it keep cooking. I kind of want it to get a little bit of that stuff like paella gets. What's it called?
Sofrito.
Sofrito? Sofrito. I want it to get a little crunchy in the bottom. So blend this up. And turn it up a little bit. That rice was just still warm. I'm cooking it. Hey, that's looking pretty good, huh? I love this new spatula. I bought a new set of 4. It's metal inside. Once we kind of just kept breaking or getting warped. Okay, that looks pretty good now. What I'm going to do is add, we're making this gluten-free, so I'm going to use the tamari. And I don't know how much because I'm one of those kind of cooks. I'm going to just sprinkle some in here.
Not that much.
About that much. There might be more, kind of depends. I kind of go on color on this.
It kind of looks like a quarter cup-ish. Maybe a little bit less.
Yeah. So, I've never added any additional seasonings to this. That right there just added the saltiness. So I don't think it really needs much. So once I get this mixed in here, I'm just going to kind of let it simmer. And I'm going to stir it every, let's see, whatever time you think, like maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Just let it kind of sit there for a while. It's no rush. This is a great thing to do ahead and just warm it up. This is what we're doing. Yeah, here we go. I have this, I had it on medium. I'm going to go a little low, less than medium. I just let it sizzle away. So this is what I've been looking for. You know, it's got a little bit of crispy on there. I did kind of lightly stir it a couple times. The butter really helps to make that happen. So I want it like partly crunchy and partly not crunchy. So I'm going to let this keep simmering, but I think I will. Because, I mean, basically everything's cooked, so now it's just a taste on what you like. I will say if you use soy sauce, which I always have, this might be the first time I've made this with tamari, that makes it a little browner, and that's always kind of how I judged stuff about it. So anyway, I want to add 2 more things. I have some frozen peas. They're just thawed, because I like that brightness in there. I'm going to add that, and then I always add, pretty sure it's 1 egg. Yeah, see, that makes it look like the real deal. And then I'm going to add some egg in here and just kind of let this cook so that it's a little bit obvious there's egg in there. I was thinking about this too. You could always add some meat, like bacon or pork belly chopped up, pieces of pork. You could make this a main dish if you wanted to.
And if you were going to use like spinach or kale, you would have added it at the beginning or now?
I think either way.
Yeah.
I think I've done it in the beginning with the onions and mushrooms and stuff, but that's something we didn't have any here. So kale or spinach, chop that up fine. I used to find that a good way to smuggle that stuff in so the kids wouldn't notice. Don't tell them that. My kids, that is. Okay, so I'm just going to let that go a couple more minutes now, and then we'll be able to just let that hold until we have dinner. Okay, I dished up a little bit of this so I can give it a try, so you can see me prove that it's safe to eat. Oh, it's hot. Oh, that's really hot. Just like I remember it. It was so good. And one of my favorite things is the peas because they snap when you bite into them. I'm all about textures. So there you have mother-in-law Pat's fried rice via Kelly. So thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and look for our recipes on twocooksinthekitchen.net. That's 2 with the number 2. And we'll see you next time.